Welcome back, everyone. I'm Local 4 News Director Mike Mickle, and we're coming to you live from Geneseo, Illinois. It's picking up in here. It's getting a little loud, isn't it? That's because we're inside the Great Revivalist Brew Lab here in Geneseo, and we're enjoying our visit. You know, this isn't just a great place to live or raise kids. It's a great place to farm the land as well. Farming's a big part of this. They've been having their own challenges as well, and I have John Wiffles of Wiffles Hybrids with us. John, thanks so much for joining us. Talk to me a little bit about the impact that COVID has had on farming from your...
Sure, Mike. So, you know, COVID has definitely had, I would say, a couple impacts on farming and agriculture more generally. One of the things that's really exciting about being in the ag business is that we get to feed the world. So, you know, throughout this entire crisis, we've played a really important part of keeping food on the table for people, and I think that's something that our employees take a lot of satisfaction in. I would tell you, though, that it hasn't been without challenges, particularly at the processing plant level, but even within our business. You know, you think about March and April last year, every single day we were facing new challenges, learning more about COVID-19 and all the changes that we were needing to put into place, additional spend to keep our employees safe.
Break down your services for us for the people who may not be familiar with your company.
Sure. So Wiffles Hybrids is a family-owned business. We're a third-generation family business, and actually in 2021 we're celebrating 75 years in the family business, so a great anniversary for us. We have a fantastic seed business. We do a lot. We begin with researching seeds, hybrids across the Corn Belt, but we also produce those seeds. We market them, position them with corn-growing customers across Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin.
You know, I came into a farming family. I shouldn't say I come from one, but my wife and her family have farmed land in Warren County, Illinois. Not for the faint of heart. So it's tough during a normal year. So during a pandemic, they've had extra stresses as well. How have you tried to help them out?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, first and foremost, we wanted to make sure that we were able to keep all of our employees continuing to do their jobs, their work. So we have 175 full-time employees, plus hundreds more seasonally. But we had to really balance how we worked with folks at the farm gate as well, because farmers on average are of an older population, right? A little bit more vulnerable to the disease, and so wanted to make sure that they felt safe when we were visiting with them on their farms, in their shops, in a combine, so taking all the proper precautions to keep them safe.
We've heard a lot about processing plants and how some of them have had to close due to the pandemic. How is that impacting farmers in the area?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that there were anybody that was raising livestock, there were absolutely some short-term supply disruptions that made for some really tough choices on the farm. But I think you know, one of the things that's been really interesting about the last 12 months is we have seen a rally in commodity prices, and so there has been some temporary, at least, benefit for many of our customers.
Every little bit helps. We're also hearing a lot of talk about trade policies.
Sure.
What sort of impact does that have on local farmers when we're talking about trade policies with other countries?
Yeah, so, you know, many of the, you know, the corn products that we produce or our customers produce are exported to Mexico, Canada, China, Japan, for example, and so throughout the last 12 months, China in particular has been an enormous buyer of corn and soybeans, and so those policies are really important in order for our grower customers to be able to transact and get the maximum value for the product that they produce.
So renewable fuels, that's another big talker right now, especially when we talk about ethanol. How much of the corn that is grown here is used to produce ethanol?
Yeah, so ethanol consumes about 30% plus of the corn crop nationwide, and I guess I would just tell you that there's more ethanol plants in the Quad City area, Illinois, Iowa, than average in the U.S. So a lot of the corn production in this geography goes to those ethanol plants. It's
what other challenges are out there that maybe I haven't asked you about? Anything else?
You know, I think that we're just really eager to get back on our front foot in 2021, you know, trying to make sure that our employees have the opportunity to get a vaccine where they don't want that, because we're just a very relationship-based organization. We want to be with our customers, walking alongside them, helping them raise a better crop, and so we just can't wait to get out there and get after it.
Well, vaccinations are another big topic, aren't they?
Absolutely.
It's the people who want it and the people who don't. You guys are trying to find that balance as well. Well, thank you for what you do for the farmers around the area, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Mike.
We appreciate having you here. We still have more to talk about, believe it or not. We're going to come back with more discussion here as we continue Local 4 News over Brews in Geneseo.